what was your favorite chocolate? Hey, this is Kevin Touch from United Promotion, and this is the Young Blood Life.
What
Hey, Devin, can you hear me?
on, my friend? I can hear you perfectly.
All right, perfect. What's going on, everybody? How's everyone?
Everybody's on here. They're all wanting to troll.
Really?
So, no, they're not going to troll.
Save that for 7 o'clock tonight. I told you guys.
Robbie said he was on there trolling you last night. So.
Yeah. Him and Jason and the crew. I'm not surprised.
It's all part of it, right?
I don't care. You can do whatever you want. It's entertainment, right? Entertainment.
Entertainment is what you're supposed to have, especially since apparently everybody's home. I guess you got limitations where you live, but where I am,
Right.
I mean, I'm going to work every day. I don't know what everybody's talking about. It's literally the same thing for me.
I'm close to NYC, so I understand why this area is kind of, same thing with anybody in California. Uncle Mike, a couple people I know are on lockdown, so I get it.
I know California.
Yes, it was.
Even Washington and all that stuff. Yeah. So, so yeah, a lot of the I've done a lot of podcasts this way. I don't know if you've ever done it this way, but basically the live streams. But then you
One
get
time.
the cool thing is you get all the comments that keep going, but then on the other side, you get good content because I don't know, I've done this a few times. So.
Right.
Anyway, so by the way, thank you for the intro. That was perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. So.
Got you.
When I download this, I'll drop that in there, and this will actually be live on YouTube and everywhere else you can think of. So yeah, perfect.
I'll always promote it as usual.
I ain't worried about that. I know people do what they want to do. You know how it is. But with your business, you get people they just want to be interviewed, but they don't want to do any of the promotional stuff. To me, I'm like, whatever. You do what you want to do. I don't give a crap.
Yeah, you know, man. You know it. I work with you, though. I work with you. I always work with everybody, for sure.
I know your business partner, so I know how it works.
Yeah. Good old Mikey.
Oh, Mikey. Yeah, anyway, he tells me, like, I'm going to be off of social media for a year. I'm like, dude, can you do that?
He told me that, too.
You think it's going to work?
No. He'll come back 6 months.
Well, you're right.
6 months. Once this virus is done.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I know he's going to be doing some stuff on United Promotion. That's about it. So.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'm gonna do what I want. Like that, Rob.
I do what I want.
Oh my God.
I do what I want to. I mean, yeah, I got multiple stories on that one too, but that's a different, totally different things than what Robbie's talking about.
Oh man. Comedy's already starting, guys.
It'll never end. I mean, so there comes a point where you're like, okay, do I even read the comments at this point, or do I just keep them going?
I know. I had that same problem last night. The comments were just flooding. Nuts. Oh my God.
Anyway, so I guess just tell everybody about yourself. So people who don't know you, let's tell them what's up. Let's get that going.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Kevin Touch, founder of the United Promotion. Got a personal page called Mr. Kevin Touch. You can follow me on multiple accounts. Also started a new page called KT Quote Corner. Social media-wise, I also on Rizzle. New app. Definitely recommend. Check that out. Just waiting.
It's normal. It's my life. I mean, I stopped editing children out years ago. I'm like, screw it. It's all part of it. It's just what it is.
I was going to give a wife to the family. All good. So, yeah, straight up, though, I do basically social media, man. I just really enjoy it. I also designed some shoes last year. It was pretty cool. They were called the Touch Zeros. Definitely got to check it out. Yeah.
Really?
Touch Zeros, yeah.
Okay.
I think no, link's not in the bio. That's okay, though. I have possibly some coming out later down the year with some more shoes. And, yeah, man, I basically just help. I'm basically plugging people. We do the same thing at the United Promotion, and I do everything on my personal brand. It's just all about that community, right? We've talked about community first many times and how it's important to build a community around you and then get that community going with reactions and events.
Right.
Yes, I did shoes last year. Yes, Robbie. I want to go deeper into it. So basically, the homie Mike Pratt sent me a link, and he said, "Yo, let me try out these shoes." I'm all right, thank you for the link, and I created my own shoes, and it didn't sell, but I learned a lot through what I can do for the next thing, and how I can learn from that process to make a better, not only shoe brand, but a better brand for all, right? I think the key is when you design anything you try to do, it's experimenting. It may not work the first time, but it's a learning experience. You take what you learn from that learning experience, find some tweaks, and boom, tweak it going. So thank you for that comment, Robbie, for sure.
But that's how you do it, though. I mean,
yeah.
You don't know what's going to work until you try.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of fear when it comes to people. They're afraid to try things because they're afraid to fail. And when my personal opinion, I'm like, I love failures because not that I strive to have failures, but it's like, let me do this, and if I fail, it's like, cool, I learned something. Let me go to the next thing. I mean, figure it out from there.
Failure is just a learning experience at the end of the day. 100%.
Right. Oh man. So you are.
It's cool. I do homemade bath products and candles. Oh, cool, Lena. Cool. I didn't even know that. So yeah, I learned something new. There you go.
Yeah. So my brothers did homemade bath products and candles for a while, and they did really well with it. And then they actually opened up a store and things like that, but it just got to be too much. We're doing that plus running a business, things like that. So yeah, I mean that's part of it though. I mean, shoot, I mean you got to learn, you got to run with it, you got to fail, you got to do all that stuff. So I know one of the videos on Rizzle. So those guys who are going to listen to this podcast later on, Rizzle's a how would you describe Rizzle? The only thing I can think of it's kind of like Instagram / Vine all slammed into one.
Yeah.
Connection there. So Rizzle is an interesting app. It's really connection kind of got lost there. I was like, what? The Rizzle's an interesting app. So when I first joined, I really didn't know what to do. I think my first prompt was, who wants to be on the podcast? I literally just like, all right, whatever. And then about one day in, I said, well, you know what? This app really is a app where it's about community engagement, back and forth, right?
That's
back and forth. And I kept doing that, and as you know, Devin, I respond to everybody. Like I'm on it. I would say 90% of my content is responding and tagging. Maybe 10% of actually just throwing some prompts and doing my thing. But for the most part, man, if you want to really do well on Rizzle, the first thing is just step into it, right? Step into anything, try, start. The second thing is really find a consistent niche, whether it be a I don't know, sports like Robbie does, or Lena, you do some cool things. Find a little niche, but also have that engagement, right? The more you can get the audience involved and make kind of a series of your own, almost being like that CEO of your brand, and then tweaking things, adjusting the course, and maybe finding your first 10 days, you find a niche, you'll get it going. Don't worry about I don't even care about no followers, the likes, even the views the first 10 days. I just didn't care about that. That's
even now, it's kind of like, you know what, you don't really care about. You just care. For me, it's like caring about the connection that you get with people. I mean, you're going to get the likes, you're going to get all stuff, but it's kind of like if they, I hear people talking about how it's going to be a horrible thing for creators if Instagram takes likes away. I'm here on the opposite side. I'm like, take the likes away, because a brand, especially because I do a lot of brand deals, like we do stuff with McDonald's, do stuff with a lot of places like that, but
right.
They just want to see their product being promoted for the most part. They do need some good, ROI, but on the other side, that the likes, if they take likes away, it's only going to be hidden to the general public, not to you. So you can still
right.
And that's what people are freaking out about. I'm like, if you forget about the likes, you forget about all that stuff, and just worry about engagement, and as you push, I mean, you're like the young Gary Vee. I'll say it that way, because Gary Vee is all about the happiness and doing good for people, and that's literally you. That's what you're all about.
Pretty much, yeah, and I get that a lot, but I just try to keep that on humble, right? I do it humbly. That's the key, right? I think anything you do in life, I always preach humility, because you can get, let's say, 2 million. I know 3 million is right around the corner. I know these views is right around the corner. What's the goal, though? The goal is to, like you said, push those connections. How many connections can I make to connect not just myself, but others? Let's say you're a musician. Let's connect you with other musicians, right? Or if you're an artist, let's connect you with other artists. And then at that point, once you have the connection, it's about what you do with it, right? There's two parts to Rizzle. There's the Rizzle part where there's no texting, guys. There's no comments. That's what makes Rizzle great. It's all like this. It's live.
And you get less of the trolls that way. You get less of people trying to create drama, because if you're gonna create drama, you're gonna have to put your face behind the drama. And most people who want to create drama, they're not willing to put that face. It's easier just to type it in and then cause drama versus to say, hey, you're an ugly person. I mean, that's like, that
Yeah.
seriously. I mean, we get that crap
Yeah.
all the time on YouTube. Comments on our YouTube are amazing. I love when people comment negatively on YouTube because it
Oh,
makes it better. So that's fine.
oh, well, mirror imaging. But no, real talk though. I think the one thing I will say, if you do try to send drama, this app does a great job of, cutting it out. Like everyone's in there. There's not one person that's just not going to allow it, and that's the great thing. It's a strong, tight bond. Back to what I was saying.
The community takes care of the community is what it comes down to. Even if you're brand spanking new, they still take care of you.
100%. And then back to what I was saying, like this first part, you get the connection on Rizzle, right? The second part, most likely it's going to be Instagram or Twitter or whatever their links are. I usually use Instagram. And once I get Instagram, the first thing I do before I even say one word, share a post. I always share one post. I don't even say one word because the thing is, when you share a post, people have mystery and intrigue. Like, why didn't he just DM me first? Why did he share that post? It gets them with the loyalty that I'm saying, hey, listen, I appreciate you. Then we'll have a conversation. And most likely, I saved myself about 5-10 minutes of me just blabbing who I was by sharing that one post, knowing this guy's a trustable guy. Right. That's how you really make that connection like that. Share a post or leave a comment on a post. Something at that engagement level to get people really comfortable in an uncomfortable situation at first is the key to any type of, not only networking, but just having conversations and being friends in general, for sure.
Right. Well, I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, that's it. So basically, you're applying everyday life and how you treat people to social media.
Pretty much. I mean, pretty much, right? That's it. I mean,
that's a novel idea. Hey, let's treat people like I would want to treat them in person online.
Exactly.
Family first. Thought that would be a good thing.
Oh man.
I don't know.
It's a good concept. It's a good concept, though. It really is.
It's not a new concept. It's literally the concept of life. But hey, let's treat people with respect. I don't go cussing people out every day. But if you look online, it's like, why are you cussing this person out? Because I disagree with their opinion. Well, it's their opinion, so what's it matter? I mean,
life's too short to hold grudges, man. For real talk. Like, people think it's like, we hold grudges. What's the point, right? At the end of the day, we're not going to take those grudges with us. I mean, I just don't.
All it does is make you better. Grudges just make you better.
It's like there's no point.
I mean, I've had good business and I've had bad business before with people, and you know what? I had a friend of mine. He goes, are you mad at them? I'm like, no. Like, but they did you wrong. I'm like, I don't care. They did me wrong. That's on them. That's they got to live with that. I don't have to live with that. I can say, okay,
same mindset.
Move on. Let's just be happy. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. So
it happens, man. Yeah.
One of the videos that actually my wife thinks it's funny. It's actually one of my favorite videos of yours on Rizzle. Is actually you responding to me for one, but I paid attention to what the content was, but then I'm weird because I pay attention to the surroundings. And you're inside of a pantry. And,
yes.
And my wife's like, what? I'm like, it's the little things. It's like their surroundings always speak volumes. The fact that he was in a pantry tells me he comes from a family of food, and food is always amazing. And we love food. I mean, I'm overweight. I gotta drop the weight because I like food too much. So
yeah, Thai food. Thai food's good. I'm part Thai Italian, so I got that nice mix. Really good mix.
Yeah, I met my wife. We just funny just recently. She did a DNA test, and which we actually talked about this. We actually got to do another video about this because she's trying to figure out who her dad is. She has so she did a DNA test and comes back from, and we think we know who her dad actually is now, and because the DNA is amazing. I love DNA, and find out that she's like a good portion of her is Italian. I'm like, well, that explains everything.
There you go.
Like, your attitude, how you handle things, you're straight up Italian.
Yeah. I'm not that straight up, but you can kind of tell I have a mix of. In Thailand, literally the catchphrase when you come into the country is the land of smiles.
Oh yeah.
It speaks for itself. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Always, vibrant.
I would actually like to see you when you're really pissed off, but I don't think that'll ever happen.
No, I'm not. I really am not. I don't. There's nothing to really be pissed off about. You'd have to. I don't know. I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything. I can't. I'm just that one of those happy-go-lucky guys. But yet, when business comes to business, when we got to get stuff done, yeah, I'll get to the serious mode.
Right.
But it's not like I'm unhappy. Deep down, I'm like, let's get it done. Let's make it happen. Let's try to find ways to have fun during the process. For
you
sure.
got two speeds. You're happy-go-lucky and everything, and then on the other side, it's like, wait, when it's come to business, like, well, like you said last night, like you don't waste time. You're like, okay, when it's time to do it, let's just do it, get it done. So
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I hate. I'm 42 years old. I'm an old man. I'm like the old man on social media, pretty much. What it comes down to, I see all these young kids like, how are you even on here? I'm like, it's just what I like doing. It's fun.
You're good.
It makes me some money, and it's helping my family in a positive way. As it's
keeps you young. Keeps you young.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, it's so funny. I read into I was in a business meeting a couple of years back, and this young executive, he's trying to explain something to me. I'm like, oh, I get that. He goes, no, you don't really understand. I'm like, no, I really do get it. He goes, yeah, but you're old. Like, because I'm old doesn't mean I don't know technology.
Yeah,
I know technology
age is just a number
better than you.
age is just a number, brother. I really don't. I don't care if you're. I've learned people from 5 years old have given me some of the best advice, and people like yourself have given me some of the best advice. It doesn't matter.
You know why young kids give you the best advice?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Innocence. Their heart.
They just see it. They say it as they see it.
Exactly.
I mean, if
tell like it is. Tell like it is.
We were at Chick-fil-A, my wife.
Oh boy.
And
this is gonna be one of your kids, huh?
Well, it was just my wife and I. We're just getting. We got like a little ice cream or something at Chick-fil-A, and this little I'd say 5-6 years old walks by, looks at me, looks at my wife, and she looks at the little kid looks at my wife and says, "You're a poopy head," and just walks away. She started busting up laughing, like, "What?"
Oh no.
I love little kids.
They say the darndest things, man, for real.
It's just out of the blue.
They really.
What? Oh me.
Goodness Lord. Good old kids, man. You can't. But sometimes though, I do notice. I do follow some skateboarding kids on this app on Instagram, and they actually put in work, and I'm impressed. Like some of these guys, they put in 6-10 hours of work, and they have incredible work ethic. So you get both ends of the spectrum, just like anything in life.
And I jokingly have always said it, and said I should probably stop saying it. I always tell people my generation. So I'm Gen X, but my generation and below me are completely worthless. I'm including myself. But on the other side, it's kind of like that everybody makes fun of millennials. The reality is you have this amount of millennials, and those are the ones that get highlighted on national television. And that amount of millennials are the ones that make everybody look bad. The reality is not all millennials are bad. Not all Gen X's are bad. I mean, and they always talk about the boomers. Okay, boomers. The reality is, who cares? No one.
Right.
If you just do good. That's the reality. Do your job. Do what's right.
There's two things, and the third thing follows, man. Yeah, do your job, be kind, reputation follows. Simple as that. That's it.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
I mean, people. It's it's funny. People seem to love the more complex concepts, yet the simple concepts always win. It really does seem like that sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you have ever had those experiences, though. I'm sure you have. It's just crazy sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I think in general, I think we overcomplicate everything because we think that that it should be harder, or why isn't this harder? And so we overthink, and when we overthink, we turn around and by overthinking, we mess things up because we're overthinking. Sometimes an apple is just an apple. That's all it is.
That's it.
Not changing. Not gonna be a banana. It's always gonna be an apple.
That's it. So,
but I don't know. That's my take on life. I'm simple and easy. So yeah, whatever.
That's it. No, same way, man. Same way. Simple, easy, get done, to the point. Let's have fun. That's it.
So let's go personal life, love life. Got a girlfriend? Got anything like that going on?
No, man.
Come on.
I'm a single dude.
Are you dating much? Are you into that?
Nah, man, I ain't into that stuff yet. No, my buddy. It's funny. We had a conversation about 3 months ago.
Women are all trouble.
Okay then.
I'm just kidding. I've been married for almost 20 years, so I'm not going to say that.
Don't say anything. We got a lane in the chat. Don't say anything.
Oh, she's going to be all over this.
You're not. You're in the doghouse.
Content for Rizzle. This is going to be great.
So much for happy life for you. But my buddy.
Yeah. Oh, I gave up on that years ago.
Oh man, that's all I hear it all the time.
If there's one thing you learn, if mama ain't happy,
Yeah.
nobody happy.
That's facts. There you go. There you go. There you go. No, real talk though. So my buddy and I, we said, in your 20s, right? He said, you see a very interesting quote. Look at life in an introspective way, but also find ways to have times of selfless reasoning, but yet also have times to think about yourself and selfishness in a good way. Think about yourself. Put yourself first in situations you don't want to be comfortable in, and then let's say 5-6 years when you put enough situations of that, then you can start exploring more than you ever thought before when you're 20, 21. So that's what I think is the key, right? I think it's about learning the experiences more. That time will usually find a place. Like Mike, right? He gave me a result. I came out of the sky. The shoes, out of the sky. This Instagram out of the sky.
Yeah.
Anchor, out of the sky. You just don't really know when things are going to happen. So for me, it's just really about being patient, which I'm sure that's another thing Gary Vee talks about, right? Patience. So it makes sense just to be patient and have those experiences. And the more you get those uncomfortable experiences when you're younger, the better you're off older in any aspect, for sure.
And that's it. And that goes for love life. That goes for life in general. That goes to work. I mean, the reality is just roll with it, and things will happen. I'm a believer in just go, and things will work. When it comes to having a love life, it's going to happen. I mean, not that you're looking for it, not that you're pushing it away. It's just going to happen when it happens. And that
life happens.
There's too many people that, I just can't get. I just don't want to be alone. Well, no, you need to learn to be alone first and be happy being alone before you can even move on to say, okay, I'm going to jump into a relationship. But if you're not happy, then you're never going to be happy. You have to do that. That's all part of it. So I don't know. My personal opinion. What do I know? I'm just an old dude that's been married forever, so I'm an idiot, I guess.
Part of the process. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. All right. So as far as business, so let's talk about United Promotions. So they've got a Rizzle account. They've got all the other stuff. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, so UP is basically, we started this back in 2018, July is when I started to brainstorm the concept. The concept was, all right, well, I see everyone creating around the world, right? Started on Instagram, basically was one of the first things I said. I wanted to make a community. The first 3 months didn't really happen. Then in September, ding, ding, Mike, what's up? He said, anything you do, I'm with you. We started the UP. We had a pillar. For the first year, we have 2 iterations. The first iteration, if you've seen it, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the UP. It was a bio post and a quote post. So you have like a quote, picture, quotes up top or on the bottom.
Mike asked for a quote from us. I'm like, okay, that's why I said a quote. I'm like, I don't know if this is what you want, but this is what we do.
You're good. I made the quotes most of the part, and Mike would just, make connections. Same with me. We just both make connections. For about a year, we would venture into that, see some great things, phenomenal things. And then about a year, about 8-9 months ago, we said, all right, let's change it up. So now we do bio posts, straight bio post, or as I like to call them, feature post, where we have one picture. You send it, doesn't have to have any text or nothing, just a picture of yourself, whatever, your brand, podcast, XYZ. And I write a post about you, right? We have a Google form. It's literally called Google form or a feature form. That's it, feature form. You write the feature form. You type in the best answers you can. I write the story. And sometimes it's a really good story, right? If you give us more information, bottom line, you're going to get a great story. If you just give us one-worders, it's like, all right, well, I can still work with it, but maybe I got to pull stuff from the podcast we did, or maybe I got to pull stuff from your page and kind of guess. But as long as you give us enough information, we always have a good post. And then we have stories, and then the podcast came up about July. Obviously, that's a little bit more, in-depth, 45, 50, sometimes an hour conversation like we're doing here, and just to get to know you, what you're about, what you can do for the world, and what your plans are. And we have fun, right? Where you started, your backstory, the whole 9 yards. I mean, it's really about the community on the UP. It's really about putting others out there and showcasing their talents. Obviously, we have a Rizzle account. We're starting to get back into that. We're kind of taking that slow. But other than that, it's really about community. If you get one takeaway from the United Promotion, if you're hearing those words for the first time, about community, it's about helping others. It's about putting others there when you may not need it most or you need it most. And it's putting perspective in life where if you can build a solid community together in your own rights, you can probably build a solid community for others, from maybe a learning experience from us or a connection from there. and we're just putting people in positions to help grow and develop their brands in any way possible, for sure.
But I mean, and that's it, yet again, it's all about you're pushing other people. You're making other people shine. You're not saying, "Hey, look at me. Look how awesome."
Right.
Because the thing is, how awesome you are will shine as other people shine. It's put other people first. That's the reality. That's what you get. That's what I think is. That's one reason. When I met Mike years ago, I guess it was on Anchorthon. He used to do when he did. Is he still doing Anchorthon anymore? I need to ask him. I'll call him today.
He didn't do Anchorthon. Yeah,
I think
last
he
year.
canceled it if I remember right. So,
Yeah. He was. I think it's funny. I think he was supposed to do something in January, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, well, life gets in the way sometimes too.
Yeah, or a virus.
Or a virus. Let's see. You guys just got virus. We got virus and earthquake. I mean.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say I've never been through an earthquake. How was that? Oh,
the house was shaking. I mean, I mean, literally, I get. What do we tell you? No, like the house was shaking, but I mean, when I felt it coming when it first started. Then when we got to the big pinnacle of it all, I was up, and the walls were literally doing this. It was insane. Yeah.
That's scary. That is scary.
The thing is, earthquakes don't really bother me. It's kind of like
interesting.
Well, see, so I'm from the South, and we get tornadoes all the time. Tornadoes,
right.
People freak out about tornadoes, but earthquake to me is like a tornado. It's just one of those natural disaster things that always going to happen. So
it's life. That's right. You can't control nature. That's for sure.
Nope. All you got to do is make sure your family's safe and everybody's fine, and that's all that matters. That's
Stay prepared. That's it.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's awesome. Holy crap! So what's to come from Master KT here? What's life?
Well, life from Master KT is definitely get through this virus. That's the obvious. But also push as much as people as I can. This is the perfect time. The one thing I know is I've changed my strategy since 2 weeks ago when we started to have this whole fiasco. I said, all right, well, now everyone's going to be online, right? Think about it. Everyone's going to be online for at least 4 to 6 hours more on their average screen time using their analytics. And I said, well, let me see what I can do to push the numbers. Right now is the perfect time. Advertising, in some businesses, people are working from home, so it's not full force. I haven't seen many ads on Instagram. I'm not sure about you, but I haven't seen much. So for me, that's the perfect time for saying push others, push others. I'm pushing all the buttons on everyone. And then, like you said, the more I push on everyone, KT will just shine naturally. Yeah. And the more I continue to do that, it's going to just equate to a chain reaction that will be incredible, for sure.
Yeah. Nice. So obviously more so. So what is out of all? Go back to Rizzle for a second. What is your favorite prompt that you've actually done? And then what's your favorite prompt that someone else has done? Because I mean, you always have one that people just like fly out there, that just takes off. But then you also have the other one. Yeah.
I mean, typically, actually, you know what? I could say the typical answer. I did tag 5 creators, spread it up, but we're gonna forget that. We're gonna go with what was your favorite chocolate? I know you answered that. That one was, oh man, the amount of responses on what was your favorite chocolate. Let us know in the comments what your favorite chocolate is too, because that was incredible. And then what was I gonna say? I think the favorite one someone's done for me. Oh, your PB&J one was good. A lot of good bad. That was good. We still got. Mike, till we took the break, we were supposed to do it with Mike, and then he.
Yeah, Mike jumped out on it. Like, come on, man.
Mike had too much jelly, but
Mike's a sweet guy, so that's why there's too much jelly. That's what it is.
Real talk. I would say, actually, one of my favorite prompts someone did was it was a quote. I think it was Ernest. I'm not sure if you know him. You love Ernest?
I don't know.
No. He's on here. He said something. He was going through like a hard time or something, and he said some quote. I can't remember. This was like one of the first things, but it was one of my favorite because it stuck with me, and it really did show that I saw real people. And after that prompt, I felt like, you know what? There's a lot of real people. There's not really any, social flexing, as I like to say. There's not, here's my Lamborghini. None of that. It's all real. People really talk about whatever they want, and it's a civil combo, which I like.
Right. No, that's awesome. Holy crap, that's awesome. So, anyway, well, got to get off here because I got to get this thing edited too. But seriously, dude, it's always amazing.
Thank you guys for joining too. Everybody.
Everybody! I was about to say you beat me to it. Everybody that's been watching this thing and commenting. We've not been ignoring the comments, but it's all part of it. But yeah, Oh man, but yeah, seriously, we're going to do this more often. I started doing a lot of podcasts through Instagram, a
Right.
while back. And I don't, life got in the way, so I stopped doing it.
Understandable.
I think this is a startup again. I need to start doing this more often. Let's probably hit up every one of my all the peeps that I know from
Rizzle.
and say, let's do this. Let's get this thing, because I mean, seriously, it does nothing but help them. It's awesome, and plus it'll I'll promote them like no other. I don't mind doing it. It's what it is. It's all about making other people shine, in my opinion. So
That's it, man. It's a life message. Just like that globe behind me, right? Getting that world going. That's it.
I mean, it's amazing how small our world is if you think about it. It's a
Small world. It is, man.
People think it's huge. No, it's things change. I mean, we're from where
It's
we
like
are.
that.
It is. So
Yeah.
real quick, my dad. So my dad was born in 1940.
Yeah.
So he worked for the telephone company years ago, and worked for Southern Bell. And one of the things he did that he talked about was how everything changes. And he was told at one time, and he's like, "Oh, that's not going to happen." And one of the things he was told was there'll be a day when everybody in the world will have a little handheld device that they can talk to anyone around the world. And of course,
He called it.
And he's like, "No, that's not going to happen. Never going to happen." It's true. It happened. And because of technology, I mean, the world just became this big giant thing into this. That's all it is, because we can all be connected, and we can all affect each other, and we can all help each other, and we can all do good for each other. So it's pretty amazing. So anyway,
Life has changed thanks to technology. That's for sure. God bless tech.
Absolutely, absolutely. So give everybody a shout out, everybody, where they can find you on any social medias, and also send me those links too, because I'll make sure they're in the description.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can check me out here, guys. Instagram, 3 accounts, at KT Quote Corner, at Mr.KevinTouch, at the United Promotion. You can check me out on Rizzle. That's at the Clutch KT, or you can just type in K space TOUCH. Little signature here. I hope you like that.
I like that.
And yeah, well, I like doing that. It's typical. United Podcast Experience. You can go check that out. And where podcasts are available: Apple, Spotify, Breaker, Stitcher, Pocket Cast. You guys know what's up. And if you want to be a real OG, you can check me out on KT Quote Corner on Twitter. But other than that, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you all for joining. I'm gonna pull a KT live right here, and I'm gonna shout everybody who joined, because that's what we do. Shout out to Elena Rivers. Shout out to Robbie Whitaker. Shout out to that's all joined. Okay, then you knew. There you go. Shout out to Devin, of course.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. I'll see you later on. And yeah, thanks for being here, man.
Peace, brother. Thank you.
See you, man. Bye.